What's good, family? Back at it again with another video. Once again, I'd like to introduce myself. I am the Brown Brother. We do videos just to promote positive black male narratives and just talk about issues that affect our community, the black community as a whole. Before I get started on any video, I'd like to say please like, share, and subscribe. And let's jump right into it. I got many topics I want to talk about over the weekend. I'll probably try to do at least 3 videos this weekend. But one that I really want to talk about and I want to touch bases with this week, if I can get a hold of it any week, is trap music and rap music. I wanted to do a rap music exposed video. Nothing that comes from a conspiracy theory, nothing that comes up in, nothing to respect anybody. I'm a hip hop fan. To me, hip hop is my favorite genre of music. Maybe my second favorite genre of music, only second to R&B. Just for the simple fact, the flows, the melodies, the beats, the everything that gets you going. It will motivate you, and it can be used for almost anything. However, I do have a problem with just like anything in this world. I have a problem with it. I even have a problem with myself with doing daily activities. Each and every situation, no matter how perfect it seems, there's gonna be situations that are gonna arise that you have to deeply look inside the mirror and critique. And if you cannot do that, then it's really not no use of you kind of, I'm not trying to be funny, just trying to progress and grow yourself and become better. Because in any situation, you have to be mature about things and look at it and learn from it. So, like, say again, if you want to grow and progress, you have to capture this mindset right here. Not mine exactly, because not even I'm perfect, like I said. Yeah, I have flaws, but I mean, capture the mindset of I got to go inside every situation and critically think about it. But hip hop and rap exposed. I thought about this conversation a long time ago. I actually did a video called Trap Music, or called Trap Queen, and the ideal of trap music in America. You can go definitely check that video out. I'll leave the description and I'll leave the link in the description box below. But I want to tell you about trap music. And basically, I don't even know because I'm not even onto it like that. I thought about J. Cole and a couple of local artists I listen to. I really don't listen to nobody else. But at one point in time, trap music was just the number one thing, was the trend, the phase that everybody was going to. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up in the era of that dirty South rap, 3 6 Mafia, the Franchise Boys, all that big t-shirt, big chain, kind of your Ti, and then begin to be T-Pain and the auto tune era and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of era that I grew up in. Young Jock is going down, Soldier Boy, Crank That Soldier Boy, kind of that era. And that was hip hop at again one of his lows, like it is. Maybe hip hop is getting a little bit better because, like I said again, you can't have the J. Cole's and the Kendrick Lamar being mainstream and kind of adding a different element to the scene. Two voices is not enough, but when you only have a couple of artists controlling the radio, if they can get one or two of those slots, maybe it can help and change one person. But trap music, particularly hit its pinnacle with the song "Trap Queen," done by Fetty Wap. Again, ignorant lyrics, just out of this world graphics. And when you really think about the imagery and the idea behind each and every one of these songs, you got to sit back and say, man, who is it hurting the most? It's darn sure not hurting the media. It's darn sure not hurting the oppressor. It's darn sure not hurting anybody. Who is it hurting the most? It's hurting us. Because these kids growing up listening to this, these impressionable teenagers, both boy and girl, even though you have the gender um, uh, balance or the gender barrier between that, each and every one of them grow into it thinking that they have to now fit a specific role. How he's talking about what he as a man is doing and what she as a woman has to do so they fit the role. Well, all these artists are under major labels: Atlantic, Interscope, uh, um, 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 Sony Records, and so forth and so on. And none of these are owned by black people. But I even did a little bit digging a little bit further, and I went and said, what is the definition of trap music? But I said, what is the definition of trap? And I said this: the definition of trap, according to I believe it's Webster's and Wikipedia and dictionary.com, I basically add them all together. But trap is basically said like this: trap, a device or a tactic. Tactic can be mentally, spiritually, physically, any kind of tactic. A device or a tactic intended to catch an intruder, an enemy, an error, or substance, which is basically anything under the sun that is considered a nuisance, that is considered scum, that is considered a pestilence, and so forth and so on. And what for years and years and years have the media tried to make us out to be? What for years and years and years, even after slavery, have we been seen as? You gotta put two and two together. Anybody with half a brain can see where I'm going with this. Anybody with half a brain can go look this up themselves and see. So you definitely see where I'm going with this. But I'll just continue to read. And I said, which is us, the system scapegoat or the 3/5 property that they hate because we gain freedom and just because we exist. Anyway, reference citation for a definition, I'd like to say is Wikipedia. Now, this is my definition of a trap right here. I said, now my definition of a trap are to catch something or somebody, a place at times the same as a mouse trap or roach motel, to catch, hold, or retain an animal and/or inferior species. That's what I mean when I combine all the definitions of trap and so forth and so on. So you can see the inferior species would be a roach, would be a rat, which would be anything, a squirrel, a chicken, whatever you're trying to hunt and kill and destroy and eat and devour for your own personal gain. It's all a game, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's all a game. Then go look at the prison system, privatization of the prison system. The cages, they call prison the cage, the slammer, the big house, because you go there and you're trapped in a cage, basically all day, 23 hours straight. While somebody's out there who own that prison is free, and big time companies are making money off you. The same Sony and Interstellar and Interscope and all these companies. It was a minister for the Nation of Islam, I believe, who said that the major record companies had a meeting. He knows this because of one of the guys told him, or I guess would be, who knows, because like I said, I can go back and tell the same story all the time with these people who have black drivers and have black have black maids and all this kind of stuff, and they talk in front of them like they're not even there. So if he said he got it from a credible source, he probably got it, of course, from a credible source. But anyway, and he was talking about how they had devised a plan to try to make music and project imagery and stereotypes to get black people to go to prison so they could build prisons. See, they already predict the number of prisons they have before they build the prisons because they need to know how much capacity they need. You see what I'm saying? So they're already trying to put people in prison, mass incarceration. But it's even digging further. Trap music makes black men and black women go against each other. You know, it builds a stereotype about black men. It builds a stereotype about black women. And then at the end of the day, we just hurt each other. I did the Black Love post, but I think did it too long for 40 minutes, so maybe I try to chop it down and edit it, and definitely upload that video back again and kind of show you my thoughts and ideas based on Black Love and so forth and so on. But the trap music hurts that. But last and like me, like I said, getting back to trap music kind of correlates to the prison system. A prisoner, it takes over 5 figures to keep a prisoner in jail every single day. They use a fourth of that into individual child's education each year. Let me say that again. If it takes $40,000 to keep a prisoner in prison, a black man in prison, let's be honest, what their scheme and their plan is, $40,000 a year. It then takes them 4 times less than that they put inside of a child education. Now it takes them less, but that's what they decide to put in child education, which is $10,000 for a child goes to school, busted windows, graffiti all on the wall, urine and everything, all it's awful conditions. Go look at it. I believe it's the Detroit bus system. There's an article on Blavadil on Blacker.com where they said the kids had to ride the bus and feces and piss. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like I hate to be rude about those words that I use. I try to keep it clean, but it is no such thing as trying to play cute when we're dealing with ugly situations. When we're dealing with tactics and people that will go to any level they can to keep a certain group down. So again, I say all this. They go to this. So they use $10,000 for child education. So you can already tell that they place more value in keeping a black man locked up in a cage and doing who knows what, God knows what to him, human experiments. Just putting a black man in there because one less man they have to fear. Because they know when a black man is inside the household, automatic more discipline comes inside there. It's another parental guidance so the black woman becomes less stressed. The depression rates in children and women go down dramatically lower when you see that a man is inside the household. Black people finances become better because 2 people can hold a job. The black man then creates certain situations for his own because he learns certain things as he mature and ages, and he's not gunned down in the street or he's not locked up in prison. And even though they say the old thing is, what as age go on, but you'll have other people there that learn certain things. So it's just a certain amount of things that you see that will go down and that will actually positively impact having a male in the household, no matter what anybody says. So I say the trap is this: is that third is the privatization of the prison system. They get you to do things that they could pay other people to do for 35 cents an hour. Cheap labor. Prison system is one of the most underhanded ways that they use cheap labor in America. They say employees in Walmart in China, I think back in 2005, someone getting paid 50 cents an hour in US dollars. Well, you can look at this country right here and say that the black man in 2016 is getting paid 35 cents an hour to do certain things. But I find it ironic that inside there they offer them a job for 35 cents an hour, but over here in the outside world, the world that's not contained by prison and does not have a ward, the black man out of any other race of people is the most highest unemployed because they would not give a black man a job and an opportunity. And I know these things for sure. So I just say this: the trap is the trap. 35 cents, I could find that if I reach down and find some change in my sofa. If I drive through the drive-through at night, there was a man who did that. He went from every drive-through, either early in the morning and late at night, and got all the loose change. And he had made thousands of dollars by the time he was through getting loose change that people just dropped and forgot about. So I say all these things to say this: 35 cents an hour is nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's not even a tenth of minimum wage. Let's say minimum wage is $7.50. A tenth of that would be 75 cents. So that's not even a tenth. It's a fifth of minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? It's a trap. It's a game. So they play this music and they play all these things to try to get you to do the worst and make the worst decision possible. They give you the worst food possible. They tell you to cut your hair and look more civilized. They tell you when actually your hair, I already found out from from Dick Gregory, Mr. Dick Gregory, who is a phenomenal scholar and great man, that your hair actually is used as almost like solar panels. So they teach you to do everything that's the total opposite of what you need to be doing. And they feed that bad music and that bad food and those negative stereotypes into the community and that bad propaganda. And we go use it all. So again, it's all a game. You can go look at all this stuff for yourself. And like I said again, I do 1,000 videos. I have 100 videos on here showing you things that I think we need to know about. But just pay attention to trap music. Go look at my article. Go listen to each and every one of those songs. If people want to go listen to the song, go listen to the video. But go type in any one of your favorite rap songs or trap songs and go look up the lyrics. Some of the lyrics are so disgusting I can't even say them. That's not me being on a high horse or trying to say I'm holier than thou. That's just me being a man and being respectable and understanding certain things in life that need to be done. So I would just say so many things is this. And I definitely do some more videos, but definitely pay attention to that. But that's me. I'm on to the next one.